Well, before we get into the video today, I would just like to let you guys know that this is kind of a two-parter. I'm going to be doing a reading on Doja Cat, and I'm going to be doing a reading on Jisoo. So if you are into Blackpink and if you're interested in what I'm going to be reading about the other Blackpink members, please check that out. All right, now on to the video. Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I'm very excited for the weekend videos that I have planned. First off, I'm here to do a reading on Doja Cat. Now, I haven't read on her quite a while. Actually, she has been kind of pretty silent since the last time. Well, yeah, the last time I heard about Doja Cat was the fact that her studio, the place where she had recorded her studio albums or where she recorded her records, had burnt down in the LA fires. So sorry of course, to everybody who lost their treasurables and their lives as well with all these fires. However, to Doja, rest in peace to her catalog. I hope that was digitalized somewhere and saved somewhere not inside of that building. Since then, I think she's been pretty quiet, besides the fact that she did a collab with Lisa and Ray. I hope I pronounced her name right. I'm not familiar with that artist, but I am familiar with Lisa. And it was a good song, Born Again. Very fitting, honestly. It goes in theme with Doja Cat's New Woman. Or, no, that was Lisa's song, New Woman. Or Doja Cat's Woman. I forget. I hope that is what it. Wow, is that what her song is called? Now I gotta think about it because I'm thinking of God is a Woman, but that's Ariana Grande. All these women having all these power songs. Doja Cat, Woman. Okay. She literally did have a song named Woman. Okay, I wasn't losing it there for a second. It came off of her album Planet Her. So with that being said, because of that, this concept goes right along with what Doja feels. Actually, I was quite surprised to see. I mean, I know Doja is a well-rounded artist. She is a whole entertainer. She has the charisma. She has the stage presence. But it was actually kind of refreshing to see Doja Cat sing. Like, for real, not rap sing, not rap, but like for real sing. I enjoyed that from her in this content. I felt like I got to see a new side of her a bit, actually, just a slight bit. I knew it was in her, but still, it was great to see her exercise that talent. Because clearly everybody on that on that song is a rapper. So because of that, I'm glad they all chose to go with their melodics and with the melodies. So because of that, I'm just really here to see what's going on with Doja. I know that there was some tease around if she was going to have a follow-up album to her successful hit album Scarlet. There has been some teasers. I know I'm going back a few months, like end of 2024. That was some of the speculation, and even kind of in 2023. So I'm not sure if Doja Cat's going to have that follow-up to Scarlet just yet. But let's just find out what's going on with Doja Cat's music, her career, what is on Doja Cat's catalog. Also, I just recently saw Doja Cat do a celebration for the Sims game for their 25-year anniversary. So yeah, that was really exciting to see. It was great to see Doja Cat on there, even Lotto. So because of that, let's just shuffle some cards and find out what's going on in Doja Cat's career at this very moment. All right, one last shuffle right before I get into Doja Cat's career and see what's going on in her life. All right, shuffle. Okay. Wow, that just wanted to pop right out and get straight to the point. We have the Death card, which is never a bad card unless there's just bad cards around it, but considering the streak that I've been on lately with my readings, I can tell that this is going to be a very good reading for Doja. And maybe the fact that her studio where she recorded some of her music burning down was a source of transformation and a step in a new direction in her career. But let's see what the cards have to say about that. Okay, above her head, we have the Seven of Swords. We have Judgment beneath her. I like that. Ooh, we have the Fool. The Ten of Cups. Okay, I like that. Fierce. Daughter of Cups. Interesting. The Hopes. The Ace of Pentacles. Yes, I see that. Friends, family, loved ones, fans. Okay, interesting. Five of Swords. And what is her outcome card? The Empress. Now, I like that, and that is very fitting. All right. I'm just gonna pick. Okay, we're just gonna, because I'm not sure if you guys saw the bottom of these cards, because I wasn't quite ready to pick at that point. But I just picked these cards, so this is going to symbolize a block card. And then I will pull some cards out later to see if she's in a relationship and about her love life. Actually, I'll just get to that now. Because I know she's apparently, allegedly, haven't fully claimed him just yet, but they have been seen together. Josh Quinn is his name. Some fans even speculated that she could have been engaged because she had a ring on, and that was just towards the end of last year. Interesting. It's what, have they been together for like 2 years now? She doesn't, I like swear I've never ever see him at events with her. So if they are in a relationship, she definitely keeps it on the down low. So what is Josh Quinn and Doja Cat's connectionship? And we're going to have 3 cards for that. And we'll sit that there. So what I see for Doja Cat currently and in terms of her career, before we get into her love life, right now Doja Cat is just taking it one step at a time. She is really why we haven't been really seeing her release her own music yet. Yeah, she'll be featured as a featured artist on somebody's song like Lisa, or she'll be featured in Taco Bell. Like, that was really random. But it was great to see Doja Cat on there, and that was for the Super Bowl. But there are some other things that Doja Cat also has lined up too as well. So because of that, while she may not be in the music industry promoting music, she is still out there getting her face in the world so people don't forget of Doja. And I'm sure she's still popping on her social. Actually, she is not. When I actually checked her, she pretty much has almost completely wiped her Instagram account. Like, there's pretty much old footage of Doja Cat on her Instagram. So even that in and of itself symbolizes a transformation, because it seems like she is... Before I speculate, let me just continue reading the cards, because the cards will answer this to try to figure out what I'm trying to figure out about her career. But here we have the Seven of Swords, which symbolizes that while it may seem like she's not doing anything and like she's sitting there doing nothing really, doing nothing with her career, basically music wise, not doing nothing with her music career. She's out promoting this, out promoting that, out doing this, out doing that. It's like, where's your music career, Doja? When was she, did she release a song last year? Or has it been almost 2 years since the last time she released a song? But I think it's definitely been at least 2 years since she's last released an album, if not a year. So because of that, the fans are kind of fiending for some Doja Cat content. And because of that, we see here that even though it seems like she's not doing anything and it doesn't seem like she's moving forward with her career, And it just almost seems like her music career is pretty much dead at this point. And it almost seems like a revivination to see her pop out with pop out. Yeah, it's amazing to see her pop out with Lisa and featuring on a track. Like I said, it was even refreshing to see her do more of a melodic tone instead of just rapping and getting hard like she normally does. She was much more softened in her feminine energy, but we'll get there. We'll get there. It was something glowing about Doja. I'm not sure if it was just the way she was stylized in the video that just made her just stand out like that, but it was just something about the way Doja was committed to the part, committed to a born again woman. Wow, it just dawned on me the fact that she even collabed on a song talking about being a transformed woman. They even gave a definition of what it means to be born again, and that's a transformative woman, which I don't actually see a snake here, but I see everything else that has to symbolize with new beginnings and changes and moving forward, having a new chapter in your life and transforming. Even though I don't need to see an exact snake, I see that snake energy. And speaking of snakes and speaking of being shady and slick foxes, like foxes and swipe or no swiping, we see that even though it seems like she's not doing anything with her career, and it kind of just seems like she came into the music career just to get some fame and then dip out of it. She actually is actually on the contrary, actually, because right under here, underneath the fox, is another sword, a sword that it's like it's like a trick up her sleeve. You know, she's got this one last thing. Well, not this one last thing, but she's like, you guys don't see what I'm working and concocting underneath your noses. It's something I'm doing in secret, something I'm doing in private, that when I do come out this album, that when I do release my music, I am going to be born again. Just like the judgment card comes out, literally, I could not pick out these cards. And I could not even pick out that Doja Cat was even going to collab on something that would just symbolize this transformation. Oh, wow. I actually wish the hangman kind of was here, because she did have herself tied in the video to symbolize restrictions. However, that's just me now, just doing a little bit of a psychoanalytic on that music video now that I'm doing a deep dive into her reading. But this judgment card symbolizes that when it comes to her music career, she really wants to do something different. She's glad to have the fame and notoriety. And there was a point in time where she desperately wanted to get out. And it almost seemed like she had a mental crash out moment when she shaved her head, shaved her eyebrows even, and then came out with Paint the Town Red, saying, I'd rather be famous instead, after her 26th, 27th birthday. And that was suspiciously ritualistic. I don't know. So she seemed like she sold out. And now that she's sold out, you know, once you always sell out in the industry, after a few years, you start coming to your realization and coming to terms and start really thinking, well, what did I do? What have I gotten myself into? Why did I do that? Was I fame? Was I money hungry? What do I really want to get out of this career? She started off as moo, bitch, I'm a cow. So she has gone from relatable, quirky, weird girl to this celebrity that is alien in a way, literally, just the things that she does, because she can do it for wow factor, shock factor, wow factor, I think is what was her whole gimmick. And she wants to get out of the gimmick of being a firecracker, being wild, being a wrecking ball, never can predict my next move. You know, like they say, never let them know your next move. And I mean, still never let them know your next move, but still, but in that sense of not being so sporadic and unpredictable, and instead, like the fool, taking on the journey and taking on the path that she has chosen for her music career, and acknowledging the decisions that she has made, and honestly trusting herself and understanding that she wouldn't lead herself down a path that she knows that she is not equipped and able to handle. So maybe she has gone through some transformative energy. I can't wait to see what these three cards symbolize, because I wonder, is this newfound relationship that she's in that could be having her see things from a different perspective. But I'm just glad to see that Doja Cat is honestly doing some inner work, really, and reflecting on her music career, because it definitely was a burden on her at one point, and it seemed like shortly after Paint the Town Red and she did her MTV Video Music Awards, she kind of just out of the media. Besides the, like I said, the shock value, the wow, the Doja did that kind of factor. But we see here in the future, I like this for Doja, minus the fact that literally everything surrounding Doja in this main core reading is major arcana cards. So let me take a moment to really talk about how that's some like really deep inner shadow work that she's doing within herself. Shadow work literally in the fact that the death card is here and judgment is here, because, and the fact that the fool is here, they all tell the same exact story, that something has to die, that something has to change. Old habits have to go for new habits. If you want something to change, you have to let go of the old and let in new. If you want to grow and develop, you're going to have to constantly shed your ego, constantly shed what you are attached to. Be materialistic, but not materialistic. Like, be into the material gains of life, but don't be so attached to the material gains of life that that's what you use to define and label yourself. Enjoy, indulge, enjoy what the earth has to offer you, but also realize that these are just things, and that they're not going to fulfill you. They're not going to be taken to with you when you die. It's just to feel a moment for now, and it is here for you to enjoy however you want to. And that's what I see exactly Doja is going to be doing in her future with this 10 of Cups. She's going to be radiating this energy. She feels born again. I know she has had her 27th birthday, but the question is she 31? Ooh, no, she is not. She is 29. So she is wrapping up the end of her Saturn return, which means she definitely took Saturn on for a ride, literally. Took the devil or the Grim Reaper, if we want to go paint the town red analogy, took the Grim Reaper, and the death card literally took the Grim Reaper by his scythe and said, we are equals. I'm not going to run. I'm not going to cowardly shriek away. I'm going to be strong, and I'm going to embrace this moment. And when she comes out of this, she's going to be born again. I know how many times am I going to say born again in this video, but that's literally what Doja Cat is going to become, because when you go through like a dark night of the soul like that, especially when you have your Saturn return and you emerge out of your Saturn return better, good as gold, learned your lesson, was able to face the challenges, was able to acknowledge, was able to put some energy towards working with why you are literally here reincarnated on this physical earth. If you're willing to look at that, but B, also take the steps towards, it's an ever evolving thing. It's not like you can fix this in a month, 3 months, a year. It's going to take a whole lifetime to learn your Saturn return. Unless just some of you guys are just like really super fast, smart learners, and that's just what you're meant here to learn, because there are some other things, and that's like literally you just getting rid of some old karma. But some other people really have some like karma to work out. And I'm sure she has even had tattooed Baphomet, and even some negative symbolism on her body. So she really was embracing this energy. I wonder if she has gotten those tattoos removed now. I know she has. The snake appeared again. I'm not sure if this is just for the fact of the music video, or if Doja Cat literally has a snake tattoo, which would be very fitting to symbolize transformation. But before I get sidetracked, what her fear is the Daughter of Cups, which is actually quite interesting. She's fearful of herself, actually. Who she's going to become, who she's going to be radiating out. It's been such a dark time, such a confusing time, such an uncertain time, such a time of where it felt like things were so out of her control that life was just taking her by the lead, instead of her taking life by the reins herself and driving it and steering it her own self. And that's what she's doing now. But all at that same time, it's scary when you first learn how to drive, or you first learn how to ride a bike. It's bumpy. It's not, you're going to have your ups and downs. Like they say, you're going to have some relapses, and it's part of the healing process. And because of that, what she hopes is that this new beginning that she's embarking on in her life is going to be a fruitful one, and that the seeds that she is putting, the seeds that she is sowing right now, the intentions that she is setting for her 20-year plan, forget a 5-year plan. She's looking at her 20-year life ahead plan, and she's going to see these seeds grow. Because when you think about the pentacle suit, especially planting a tree, the tree just doesn't blossom in 3 or 4 years. It's not going to be tippy top peak to position where it's supposed to be in that amount of years. It's going to take hundreds of years for it to get to the rest of the heights of all the other trees that we normally see, to be like a really mature old tree. So because of that, she understands that as long as she keeps putting in the work, keep on nurturing it, keep on nourishing it, making sure that she doesn't get weary on the path, that she will be able to see the future that she wants to grow, to manifest before her. And we see here, which I really like this card. I was wondering how this was going to fit in. With the 5 of Swords, you would wonder, why would her friends, family, and loved ones have this card right here? Why could they see Doja Cat as the 5 of Swords? Maybe they could see that she's going through a conflicting time mentally, or she could be cutting off people that doesn't serve her justice, that don't fit into her life, and looking at her future ahead and starting to put people in her place and put people in their place and put them in their categories, feeling like, I really love this person, but what do I get out of this? What does this person bring out of me? Like, am I pouring all into them, and are they giving me just as much as I'm giving them? And if they're not, it's a lopsided relationship. Am I just looking for things? Do I just want to keep this person around? She's really starting to analyze who she keeps in her life at this moment. Well, I'm not sure if that's because she's had bad influences in the past, and now going forward, she wants to make sure that people that she surrounds herself with are like-minded, are positive-minded about growing and being just authentically yourself, but the best version of yourself. Those are the kind of people that Doja Cat wants to surround herself with. And if you don't match that vibe or frequency, well, I'm sorry, we gotta cut it. So here we see for the outcome with Doja is the Empress, which is very beautiful energy. She is going to be that woman. She is going to be planet her. She is going to be a new woman. She is going to be everything that she sings about in her music of what feminine energy is and what divine feminine is what Doja Cat is about to embody. And we're going to see her rise like a phoenix out of this and see the old Doja that we knew is dead and gone. And we're going to have a new Doja appear before us, one that's much more elegant, one that is much more graceful, one that's not, I mean, I'm not sure the way I could see it. I mean, she could change her tune, but I really see that she could be less rowdy and vulgar and less more F you, F this. If you don't like this, then leave. You know, that very much hostile, aggressive, non-feminine energy whatsoever. But what I want to pull here is, what could this card symbolize? Is this a block? Is this a positive? Is this crowning her head? Is this what's at the pentacle? Like, what does this card symbolize? I like that. The Son of Swords, the Son of Wands. If you could see, I call this the snake charmer. Somebody that's so charismatic. Doja Cat is very charismatic. She has that charisma. She has that charm. Anything Doja Cat does, it just oozes aura. She just authentic. When whatever Doja Cat lays a verse down on, she lays the verse down. She eats the track and she devours it. And because of that, that's how she is taking her approach to everything in life. That either I'm going to put my all in it or I'm not going to, because it's just going to be a waste of my energy. My energy is way more important than that. However, I just want to pull these last 3 cards to see what's going on with her and her relationship with Josh. I see the Sun card. Josh makes her happy. He's like the light, the apple of her eye, somebody that makes her like want to live, even just she is just joyous. He just brings out the best in her. And maybe that could be something else too. I mean, Doja Cat could have gotten there on her own, but when you're in a relationship with somebody, sometimes their energy could just make you want to be a better you. Not saying that you want to be better for that person because you're with that person, but you want to be a better person for yourself, but also for that person because they're just so grateful. You're just so grateful. You love them so much. You're just so thankful. You just love everything about them that you're just like, wow, this person's just so great. Just everything. I can be that. I want to be that. I want to show up as that kind of person. So I'm going to put in that work. I'm going to put in that light work. We have the family room, which symbolizes that they definitely have intimate, private conversations. They definitely talk. She could even vent to him. I don't want to say he's like a therapist, but in that sense of the fact that she like talks to him about what's troubling her mind, and he could help her see things differently, help her navigate, be a very good partner in that sense. And then finally, we have the marriage card. Now, I'm not saying that they're literally married, but where there's smoke, there's some fire. Some people were thinking she was engaged. I'm pretty sure she shut down those rumors. However, they could have always secretly gotten engaged, or they could be in the talks of actually getting engaged. Maybe that was like a pre-engagement or like a promise ring. And now they're like ready to take it to that next level, to have another commitment. Or even if it's not even going to lead down to marriage, they are fully committed to each other as if they were married. And if they were to, maybe they could even have conversations about starting a family. Hey, Doja Cat is 29. Like I said, so much things is changing in her life. She's going to emerge as a new woman. So because of that, all we can see, literally all we can only do is wait in time for Doja to unveil the new Doja. We see snippets of her here and there, but she hasn't fully emerged. She hasn't fully blossomed. So because of that, we still have to wait. And this is like this limbo period that I'm tapping into. What Doja Cat's doing behind the scenes that nobody quite sees yet. But when we see it, it's going to all make sense and it's going to all fall into place. And maybe when that happens, maybe that's when she will come out and fully acknowledge that they are in a relationship and maybe even engaged or married. Who knows? Who knows? That could mean all of that. But with that being said, I'm glad to see that she's in a loving relationship. I'm glad to see that let's just see about if she's going to release a follow-up album to Scarlet. Is she going to be releasing an album this year? Doja Cat album 2025? Yes, no, positive, negative. And pathway. Okay, let's see. 2 paths she could go down. I said okay. Well, it's definitely up in the air with that at the moment. Will we get music releases from Doja? Yes, we will. But if Doja will actually come out and release her own music and release an actual album, that is up in the air. She has a path. She has a choice. There's imprisonment. Now, this imprisonment could be the fact that she's imprisoning herself and she feels as though she is trapped in her music career or in this box. Or she could feel as the fact that she's not ready to step out of her, not quite of a bubble, but the confines that she has set for herself so she can heal and work on herself. Maybe she's not quite ready to step out of that yet to really put the time and energy into an album. However, we do have the mask here. And just like I said with this box earlier, there's some sneakiness, there's some quite curiousness, and honestly, just like the snake charmer. The snake charmer knows how to mesmerize you. So because of that, it's a double-edged sword. It's a mask. It's up there in the air. It seems like it's up there in the air, but Doja's like I said at the very beginning, never let them know your next move. She's like, this is as much as you're going to get out of me about my album, what's going on with me. I will release and talk about my music when I'm ready to release and talk about it. Till then, you can't even pick that up on my energy right now. I'm in the process of it, but don't push me. It's 2025. We're only in the 2nd month. Please let me get my footing first. Because we have the moon here that symbolizes a phase, and she's currently going through a phase, and that's how she's feeling. It's just like, I want to release music, but my studio burnt down. So is that a sign that what? Is this an omen from the universe? Like, I really got to think about this. Like, that's how Doja Cat is feeling about her career. It's just too much up in the air, too soon, but she definitely did do something for merch and raising for the foundations on top of that. So therefore she did revitalize, transmute that energy just like the Empress that she is becoming. However, and just like the Empress and just like the moons and the phases and feminine energy, whatever she's going to do, it's going to come from the heart and it's going to come from a place within inside herself that she had to tap into. So if she does release music, it's definitely going to be more reflective and more heartfelt and more from the soul. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on Doja Cat, and Please leave your comments down below. If you are a fan of Doja Cat, and are you excited for Doja Cat to release new music or an album? With that being, oh, also, how did you enjoy Lisa Ray and Doja Cat's Born Again? With that being said, I hope to see you guys in my next reading, because I'm about to go read on Jisoo. I hope to see you guys in my next reading. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys in the next video. And sunflowers!